So
back on the show, everybody.
So
welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Fingers in Your Nose. That's right. That's going right in your nose, buddy. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. One day, many years ago, it's not a secret that I love to go fishing in Galveston, Texas. It's one of my favorite things. And I think this may have been the second or third time that I ever went down to Galveston. I went with my brother, and I went with several of his friends. My brother at the time was going to Texas A&M, which is from Dallas, kind of sort. It's A&M's kind of sort of halfway between Dallas and Galveston. Kind of. It's hard to do the math, but Texas is a big state. So anyhow, so I went to visit my brother, and then we went from Texas A&M to Galveston because I think it's like a 2-hour drive, which is not a big deal when you're 15 years old or whatever. And so we all go fishing, have a great time on the beach and catch some fish and bullshit and do all the stuff that we do. And we start driving back, and my brother had a Jeep Scrambler, which was the Jeep pickup truck, which was made in the 80s. And the thing about those things is that they're very poorly constructed, and it was getting cold. And so we were all freezing our asses off. And so one of the guys is like, hey, on the way back, we can stop at my mom's house and we can pick up some blankets or something because we're all really cold. And so we're all like, yeah, okay, that's cool. So he's like giving us instructions, like, yeah, go here. And we end up exiting the highway, and we exit in Conroe, Texas. So we go, okay, we'll stop by your mom's house. That sounds great. So we start driving, and we get into this very kind of heavily wooded area. And we start driving by what I assume is a very large, like college library or something that was built, like in the 1800s or something. And it seems to go on for like an entire block. And then the guy says, yeah, turn here. And we're like, here? And it's like, yeah, here. And it was his house. It was a fucking mansion, like an 18-bedroom mansion. I mean, we have been driving up next to this house for like 5 minutes, and it's the same fucking house. It's just gigantic. And we walk in the front door, and it has like the Gone with the Wind foyers with the dual stairs going up to this place is fucking enormous. And he's just like, yeah, man, let me see if I can find us, some blankets and stuff. And I'm just going, what the fuck is going on here? So he finds some blankets, and he says, hey, he's real casual. He's, almost very tentative. And he's like, do you guys, do you want to see my brother's car? And we're like, well, if this is the house, yeah, let's take a peek at your brother's car. So we go into the 5 or 6 car garage, however big it was. And in there is like a 1974 Corvette that has been completely rebuilt to be a dragster. Like it has like a C61 or 71 blower, and it has wheelie bars and a fucking parachute on the back. Yeah. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. He's like, yeah. He's like, my brother's been working on this car for a while, It's pretty cool. Oh, you guys want to see my neighbor's truck? And at this point, we're kind of on to the game. It's like, fuck yes. What's your neighbor's truck? So we take the half-mile hike around to his next door neighbor's house and walk into the driveway. And there sits King fucking Krunch. Okay. So just, for those of our younger viewers who are familiar with monster trucks, when monster trucks first started, there was one monster truck called Bigfoot. It was made by Ford. Yep. And that was the only monster truck. That was the whole show. The second monster truck was King Krunch. Oh. And apparently King Krunch is from fucking Conroe, Texas, right next to my buddy's house. And I'm like, I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I've never seen a monster truck before, much less one I could just walk up and touch and talk to the owner. And he's like, they're like wrenching on it. And the crazy thing is it has like street wheels on it. So it has like the car from like a Toyota Corolla on it.
Yeah.
So it's jacked up. I mean, it's like 5 feet shorter than it would be, but it's still like 8 feet tall because the shocks and everything. And I was like, gee, I mean, it is King Krunch right on the slide and big in the 5 roll bars. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, so from that point on, if he said, hey guys, we were just like, yes. Whatever the question is, yes. Show it to us, feed it to us. We don't care. It was just like, it was so surreal. And it was so not in a braggadocious way. It was just so casual, just like I don't even know if you guys really care, but my next door neighbor has a cool truck. And it's like, oh, really? Yeah. And it's like, Jesus shit, that's a really cool truck. I mean, it's a legendary truck. So yeah. And by the way, picture of King Krunch right there. All right. So yeah. So that's the story of my brother's friend in college, and it was just a very surreal evening. And the odd thing is that we all froze to death before we got back. So
the odd thing was you didn't have any fucking blankets.
Yeah,
you all were like freezing your ass off. And here he's, hey, here's King Krunch. Meanwhile, you're like, hey, I'm still cold, jackass.
We ended up eating my brother's friend for sustenance, and so it's like the Donner Party. We only made it halfway to A&M, and we lost half the people. So but no, it was absolutely insane. I was it was very
weird. That is wild, and that is wacky.
It is. It's the 3 dubs, triple dub, man. Weird, wild, wacky. That's weird. That's wild. That's wacky.